So a couple of my friends started playing F1 2020, and they all felt that the AI is a bit too aggressive. We play on 50% AI, and everyone's getting a hang of the game right now. So whenever you try to do a move, they feel like they're being blocked or the AI is not leaving enough space. So I thought, let's make a video on how you can improve your overtaking style and how you can practice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create a single race. Turn on simulation damage so that you know when you get hit. Turn on rewind so you can try again if you make a mistake. And I'm just gonna go here and try out a race where I can get chance to overtake a bunch of AI. So what you would want to do is, as soon as you start the race, don't be in the front. You want to be in the last place so that once everyone's ahead, you can chase them down and try to practice your overtaking. So I chose Bahrain short circuit over here because it's fairly straight forward, and you can do a lot of overtaking in this track. Just jump into the race and start it up. So unfortunately I started from pole position. What I do is I just go ahead and just wait for them and then let them go ahead. So on the first lap you just want to stay a bit behind and let them make some gap between themselves so you can attack one by one. You can see him just going slow so that they can create a gap. One of the most important areas is the overtake button this year. It's really powerful and you have to make use of it with the DRS to really make an impact and pass to them quickly. So now that they're quite ahead, I'm gonna try to catch them and then we'll overtake them one by one. Ooh, we got a purple sector. One of the key things is patience. You gotta wait behind them unless you see a chance. Once you learn how they drive at that difficulty level, then you can adapt your driving style around them. So right now I'm not gonna jump in. I'm just gonna slow down and try to follow this guy. Now I see that they're taking a huge line, and I can go from the inside, outside, and here I mess up. So this is why I wanted to take the rewind option and just go back and see what you did wrong. So I'm just gonna start from here again. It's good idea not to be too aggressive, so you could make those kind of moves, but this time I avoided going in to the AlphaTauri. So the basic rule of overtaking is always try to get the inside line and brake late. Brake later than your opponent, not brake late. Once you have the inside line, you have to stick to the inside line. You can see how useless this driving line becomes once you start overtaking. So you gotta make use of the entire road instead of the driving line. So don't think like, oh no, I need to get back on my driving line. You don't really have to. You have to adapt to the situation and create your own driving line. This is what will separate you from the beginner players, and it'll improve how you look at the circuit. So now here I go again from the outside, take the racing line. Going from the outside is usually very risky, so let's try this move. You line behind them, you see where they're trying to move, and then you move after they have made their move. So you see how I stick to the inside and then I take the driving line. So let us look at that in slow-mo again. I go behind him and then I see how is he driving. I can see that he's moving away from the racing line. He's trying to block me from the inside. Then what I do is either I can go on the outside or I can go even further inside if he's not completely blocking it. So he wasn't completely blocking it. I go in, we reach the braking point. He brakes a bit early, I brake a bit late. I get the inside line during the exit. He respects my space and then I take the driving line and I zoom out. In F1 there is a rule that you can only block once and you're not supposed to block when you're in the braking zone. So he made his move coming towards the right and then he stick to it. I moved in and then we both didn't change our lines during braking, and that's fair game. So now here I go again onto Norris. I go from the outside because they're slow going from the inside, and that gives me the inside line. I cut the corner a bit because I needed that space and I had to give him some space because the width of the track is not much. So for two cars, sometimes you just have to move out of the track a little bit. So like how I do over here, I'm trying to give him the line and I'm also trying to respect the space. Here I try to go again and I make a huge mistake. Don't do that. So just try to stay on your path, and if you ever do that, just try to slow down and get the position back. Because I'm not playing in strict mode, I didn't get any penalty. But that would be bad practice. And this, now we are on to the final lap with making our move on Stroll. Let's see how it turns out. So I'm just playing normally, I'm being patient. I want to see how he's going to go from here. They're usually very slow on the braking, so you have to be very careful while you're trying to brake. So now he has gone a bit far away. I'm gonna be catching up because they are slower in this sector, and I'm just gonna wait until we get on the straight because it's really safe over there. So now I know this is a place where I make my moves. I take the inside line. He wasn't blocking it. He didn't attempt to block it. Usually they will move before you make a move. And there you go, inside line, take the driving line and you exit and zoom out. That's the end of the race. So do this to practice your overtaking skills, and it'll also raise your awareness. Make sure you have the rear view mirror turned on, because it's really hard to know where the car is coming from or where the car is going if you don't have it turned on, and you will end up crashing into each other. Alright, thanks for watching.